Have you ever considered just how self-aware you truly are as a leader? Research by Dr. Tasha Urich reveals striking truth. While 95% of people believe they're self-aware, only 10 to 15% of us actually are. So, if you would like to understand why self-awareness is so powerful and how it can lead you to become a truly admired leader, and also learn some practical ways to help you become more self-aware, then keep watching. I'll be sharing all this in this video. Now, why should this matter to you? Especially if you manage leaders or are in a leadership position yourself. Think about other leaders that you admire. What qualities do they have? You may find that the leaders that you admire and respect are those who listen more than they speak, right? They make you feel comfortable and safe. They come across as welcoming, open for different opinions, and in general, more authentic. So, let's think about what it really means to be an authentic leader. It all starts with being self-aware. Understanding not just what you're good at, but also where you might have challenges or not be able to see things clearly. I have always been fascinated with leadership since I was very young. I like to watch how leaders spoke and how they came across. I also know how weak leaders can impact the workplace in a negative way. So, how often do you really think about the effect you have on others? It's not just about self-reflection. It's about noticing how your actions ripple out and affect your team. It's about making sure what you mean to do and what you actually do, well, that they line up and that others see it in the same way. Imagine a leader who really knows themselves, who can take their emotions and turn them into tools for leading and connecting, instead of stumbling blocks. This kind of self-knowledge and honesty can really change the game in how you lead. It makes you communicate better, build stronger relationships, and create a place where everyone feels they can speak openly and trust each other. Alright, so we've just touched on why understanding yourself is super important. Now, let's talk about some of the common mistakes leaders make when they think they've got it all figured out. When they overestimate their emotional intelligence. First up, decision making. Ever seen a leader push ahead with something even though everyone else is kinda not on board? That means a lot when leaders think they know best all the time. They might miss out on really good feedback because, well, they're just too sure of their own ideas. And then there's relationships. This is a big one. Some leaders think that they're really good with people, right? But sometimes they don't see the signs that their teams feel overlooked or undervalued. And man, that can lead to good people walking right out of the door. Next is team morale. Let's talk about that. It's tricky because a leader might see a quiet room as agreement, right? But sometimes it's the opposite. People might be silent because they're not okay with what's going on. Misreading that can really turn a workplace sour. And you know what else? When leaders are too confident about their emotional intelligence, they might stop listening to even well-meaning advice. That's not great, because staying open to feedback is it's key to growing and adapting as a leader. Finally, personal growth. Leaders who think they've nailed down their EQ might stop pushing themselves to improve. They think they've reached the top, but there's always more to learn, right? Staying curious and open, that's what keeps a leader moving forward. So, seeing any of these mistakes in your own leadership, or maybe leaders around you, it's okay. We're all a work in progress. The cool thing is recognizing these slip-ups is the first step to fixing them. Now, before we explore some ways to actually boost your self-awareness, if you're finding this video useful to you, please like and subscribe, as it will help reach more people who might benefit from it, and I would definitely appreciate the support as well. So, this next part's gonna be really practical, so you might want to take notes. Okay, so we've talked about the common slip-ups leaders can make. Now, let's get into the really good stuff. How you can actually boost your self-awareness. This is where it gets practical and pretty exciting too. First things first, feedback. It's like gold, right? But the trick is you've got to ask for it. Not just any feedback though. You need the honest, sometimes tough to hear kind. Reach out to people you trust and really listen to what they have to say. Next up, reflect on that feedback. Don't just nod and move on. Take some time to think it through. How does it fit with your view of yourself? Where could you maybe be missing a beat? This can be really eye-opening. And here's something a bit more self-reflective. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings about your day can reveal patterns you didn't even know were there. Like, are you always frustrated at certain meetings or when interacting with certain people? Why is that? Try to go deep and ask yourself tough questions and be open and honest with your answers. The most important thing is, don't be too hard on yourself. Journaling is like starting any new activity. It takes time, so don't get demotivated if you only come up with 1 or 2 questions. The more you practice it, the easier it gets and the more self-reflection you will do. Also, try to step into others' shoes. I mean, literally think about how your decisions affect those around you. This isn't just good for empathy, it's great for understanding how your actions affect other people. And you know what's a real eye-opener? Ask for a 360-degree review. It's where you get feedback from all around, your boss, your peers, your direct reports. It gives you a full circle view of how you're doing. Last one, and this is key, practice mindfulness. It's like taking a moment to be really present. Notice what you're feeling, what's happening around you. It helps you catch your reactions and understand them better. So, there you go. Some straightforward ways to pick up your self-awareness just a notch. It's all about being proactive and really getting into the habit of paying attention to yourself and how you interact with others. Remember, the journey to being a more self-aware leader is ongoing. It's something you work on every day. And hey, the benefits, they're huge. Better decisions, stronger relationships, and a happier team. Sounds good, right? So, let's get to it. Alright, we've covered some great grounds on boosting self-awareness. Now, let's zoom out a bit and think about what all this means for you and your team. You know, becoming more self-aware doesn't just change how you see yourself. It transforms how you lead. It's about becoming the kind of leader who not only inspires but really connects with their team. Imagine you're not just giving directions, but you're really in tune with your team's needs and feelings. You're spotting conflicts before they blow up. You're nurturing potential. And the best part? This isn't just good for morale, it's great for business. Teams with leaders who are self-aware tend to be more engaged, more innovative, and yet more successful. It's a win-win, really. So, what do you say? Ready to take the next step and dive deep into understanding yourself better? To lead not just with your mind, but with your heart as well? Right, so now, take everything we've talked about today and start small. Seek that feedback, reflect, journal, and stay present. Each step you take is a step towards becoming a more effective, more authentic leader. And if you've liked this video and interested to learn more tips about being an effective leader, click on the screen now and check out the playlist I have created to help you become a more balanced and effective leader. Thanks for sticking with me up until now. Take care and see you in the next video.